Hey everyone, Ali here. So it sounds like you're getting ready to sell your practice. That's probably why you're watching this video. So I'm going to talk to you about 3 things to avoid when selling your practice. First is going at this alone. All right, make sure you don't go at this alone. There are a lot of practice brokers who can help you sell your practice. I know they're not cheap. But they do work really hard to make sure that you get the buyer that you deserve. Buyers can be difficult sometimes, and it's important to have someone who is not associated with your practice, like a broker who is willing to hold your hand and hold their hands through the whole process, because it can become an emotional, difficult thing to do to get rid of your business that you've worked so hard to build over the last 20, 25, 30 years. So brokers are a key part of that. They will help you find the buyer. They will list your practice. They will make sure that the buyers are pre-approved and that you're not messing around with someone who isn't qualified or is going to try to nickel and dime you. So that's mistake number 1 to avoid. Mistake number 2 is to not get a valuation. So it's really important to get a valuation done on your practice so that you know what it's worth. These valuations, usually if done by someone in the industry, will track what a bank will also lend on your practice. So you'll know right off the bat what your practice is worth and what you can sell it for. Sometimes it's as much as you thought it was, and sometimes it's not. And so in another video, we talk about how to maximize your sale price, and we're going to, you can watch that and get an understanding of that if you've got some time before you sell. But make sure you get a valuation done, and make sure that it is done by someone independent, someone who can really analyze your numbers and tell you what it's worth, so that when you present that to buyers, they have something in their hands as opposed to a number that they think you just came up with. Okay, so make sure you do that. Number 3 is be honest and truthful and straightforward with the buyers. And what I mean by that is, if you're planning on retiring, let them know that. If you're planning on working somewhere else for a friend or a colleague, let them know that. If you're moving out of state but still planning on practicing somewhere, let them know that. The more you hide in terms of what your plans are, the more a buyer will doubt your true intentions, and they will become more nervous. They'll try to nickel and dime you. They'll be more concerned about covenants not to compete and other things in the contract. So establish a relationship with your buyer. Make sure they know your intentions. It's to your advantage to make sure that the buyer succeeds. And so the more helpful you can become in introducing them to the patients, the more helpful you are with introducing them to the team after they sign all the documents, not before, after they sign all the documents. The more helpful you are in those things, the higher chance it is that they will be successful post-sale. And if a buyer is successful post-sale, there's a less likelihood that they will come after you, for breach of contract or other things that we sometimes see occur. So make sure that you don't have to tell them the whole truth and nothing but the truth, but be honest, be straightforward with your intentions. If there is something that you're planning on doing, then talk to your lawyer, your broker, and strategize about how to disclose it and when to disclose it. All right. So do those 3 things, and you will be in good shape as you head down into retirement and into second half of your life after you sell your practice. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. If you'd like some names of some brokers and others in the industry that can help you with valuations or otherwise, shoot me an email. I'd be happy to introduce you so you can interview them. Take care. Bye.